First Sonic levels are something very integral to the franchise. It's a first impression of the game, so it needs to be important. It needs to convey what the game's about, needs to be good, and most importantly, needs to be good. So I'm going to be ranking all the first levels that you see here, and we're just going to start it off with Sonic 1. Green Hill Zone really needs no introduction. It is the introduction zone. It's so introductory they keep using it as an introduction. Can they please stop with that? I really do think, though, that this stage has really stood the test of time. It is the de facto introductory zone. It's got a good flow. It introduces the game's mechanics very well. It's almost like this playground for you to get yourself lost in, but not like maze-like lost, you know what I mean? It's all around a very well-designed stage. It's incredible. It holds up incredibly even today. If anything, I think this stage has only gotten better over time, and it kind of sucks that Green Hill's been whittled down to this nostalgia fodder, when in reality, the original stage is actually incredible. It does everything it needs to do. We're starting off with an early S, baby. Now Sonic CD. You know how much I love to talk about Sonic CD. Let's just rip the band-aid off. You already know. I think it's S tier. But let me explain why I think it's S tier. This stage does a really good job at keeping things simple, a little less open. You know, CD is notorious for being this very open Sonic game, and I think it was wise to keep Palm Tree Panic a little more linear. It's a level that's very easy to beat as you're playing, like you can just hold forward and jump, but it still accommodates itself very well to exploration and whatnot. Despite being one of the most simple stages in the game, there's a lot of ways to explore and experiment and everything and gain speed. And on top of that, you've got the gorgeous visuals that CD is known for. And Jamie, pull up good future Palm Tree Panic. That shit, ooh, that, Can we get some golf claps for that, man? That is just gorgeous. Great stage, great visuals, great music. Mwah, beautiful. Now, Sonic 2 is kind of interesting because Emerald Hill, I like it a good bit, right? But I think it's a little bit too simple. I'm not exactly sure where to rank this because I think there's two ways to rank it, and I think that needs to be stated. Do I rank it as a level, or do I rank it as a first level? There's a big differentiation there. How good is it as a first level, but also how good is it as an overall level? As a first level, I think it does everything it needs to do. It's relatively simple, but you can still have some fun with it. It can be pretty fun to, you know, go really fast in it and get some top paths, but as an overall level, and this is something I kind of feel for all of Sonic 2, but especially this stage, I think it's a little boring, honestly. A lot of this stage does just boil down to holding forward and jumping. And while I wouldn't say it's necessarily, like, not fun, I do think Emerald Hill is a decently fun stage. I feel like whenever I replay Green Hill, I feel like I'm doing something different, at least even a little bit, every single playthrough. With Emerald Hill, I really just feel like I'm going through the motions. However, as a first level, which is largely what we're ranking it as, it does exactly what it needs to do, so I'm putting it B tier. Now, Sonic 3. Crazy thing, I used to not be the biggest fan of Angel Island, but recently I've replayed it quite a lot, and I gotta say, Angel Island is fucking boss shit, man. It does a great job of doing everything, pretty much. It's got that flow state of Green Hill with some more platforming in there. It's a little harder to get a flow state, and you know me, I like my platforming, I like engaging with my levels, so I like that quite a lot, actually. I think it's really cool because it does something that only it can do, which is introduce the elemental shields. So on top of introducing the game and, you know, how it feels, the level design and all that, it also does, I wouldn't say the perfect job, but a really solid job at introducing the elemental shields and how they're all used, and I think that's really cool. My only gripe with it is that I do think the cutscenes can take away from it a little bit, especially the one in Act 2 where you're running away from that ship. It really does kill repeat playthrough sometimes. However, the core levels there, I'm really not sure if I want to put it in S tier because of the cutscene, but as a first level, this cutscene's fine. And again, the rest of the level is so damn solid that I struggled to really feel the need to put this any lower. Angel Island's great, I'm putting it S tier. Now, Sonic and Knuckles, Mushroom Hill. I don't love Mushroom Hill. I think it's fun, I think it can have a pretty good flow state, but there's a lot of stop-and-go elements to it that I just don't like, that like these pulley things. And again, most of the stuff you can skip, but I just don't jive with it that much. However, at high-level play, it still is pretty damn fun, so I will put it right there in B tier. Now, Sonic Adventure, we finally make our jump to 3D, and man, I'm really conflicted on Emerald Coast, I can't lie. It's so iconic. It's a beautiful stage. I really think it looks amazing. You know, all the skips you could do in it are very fun, but the reason I'm unable to put this thing any higher than B tier, I put it in B tier by the way, is because it's a bit too simple. Not that this is particularly a deal breaker, but you can beat pretty much all of the stage by just holding forward and occasionally jumping. It is a very simple stage, a bit too simple. However, it's iconic, it introduces everything very well, and for that, I can't give it a C tier. I can't give it a C tier. Emerald Coast, despite its very glaring flaws in my opinion, is still a B tier. Now City Escape. Ooh, man, I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I don't know. You see, as a level, I'm not actually the biggest fan of City Escape, I'll be honest. The charm is worn off, you know, the skateboarding is cool, and so is the gun strike, but at the end of the day, it's just, it's kind of just holding forward a lot of the time. Now, the skateboard is a little more interactive, you know, you gotta nail some jumps, and that's pretty fine and dandy. But that gun strike, whew, it kind of weighs it down for me. But again, judging it as a first level, kind of gives it some pity points. As a first level, this thing really, and I mean really, sticks in your mind. From all the spectacle to the, like, middle part of the stage, which is actually very solid, this thing leaves an impression, and I think it is a amazing first level, but I still gotta judge it off of the things that I do not like. Now, if I was judging City Escape on its own, it'd be like a low B, or maybe even a high C if I was feeling real evil, but as a first level, I gotta give it A tier. I have to. Now, Sonic Heroes is interesting because I don't have, like, shit to say about Heroes first level. Yeah, it's good, it teaches you everything pretty well. It's neat, I suppose. Yeah, I'll give it a B tier, I really don't have much to say. Westopolis is a not great introductory level, I'll be honest. As a level, it's not great, and as an introductory level, it's also not great. There's nothing about this stage that explicitly feels introductory. Like, I mean, sure, it does introduce you to things, but every other stage, by accident, could also just teach you things. The only thing that sticks out about this one, about it being introductory as a first level, is that it's very easy. This thing is going C tier. Now, Wave Ocean. Oh, man. Wave Ocean. Now, 06 hate boner aside, 06 has always been kind of this weird game to rank, because as an overall game, I think it's pretty confidently F tier, but when we actually look at, like, the levels themselves and the level design, I think the levels are really, really good. And I think Wave Ocean is a really, really solid first level. It's basic, but it has, you know, rooms for plenty of shortcuts and whatnot. I think it looks good. I think it's got just enough spectacle without being, like, you know, super pace-breaking. Even the tail section that is in there, while it is a little annoying on repeat playthroughs, I feel like it's very short and still fun enough for me to not really mind. I'm gonna say, but here's the thing, right? You're not getting the ideal Wave Ocean experience every time you play, you know what I'm saying? And we're not ranking P06, we're ranking 06. The thing is, the level itself is great, but as an average player, are you really able to fully enjoy the stage? I'm not sure. If we took out the jank of it, this would either be an S or an A. But I can't be biased here, I can't pick and choose. For all the jank, I think I have to put it in B. Secret Rings, Secret Rings, I'm sorry. Sand Oasis is a pretty good stage. Unfortunately, the thing with 06, where I said, you know, can a player, like an average player, enjoy this, also applies here, because no, you can't. If you're playing with that Wii Remote, which is forced upon you, you can't enjoy it. I'm sorry. Sand Oasis, listen, don't cry. I do like you, but I can't enjoy you. You know what I'm saying? It's not you, it's me, but it is kind of you. But, you know, it's more like, it's not me. It's not you, it's Sega. So, I don't know. I'm sorry, D tier. Now, Unleashed is pretty good. I feel pretty much the exact same way I do about Windmill Isle, like I do Emerald Hill. It's a good stage for sure, but it definitely feels a bit boring. It's got great aesthetics, the visuals are beautiful, the music is gorgeous, obviously. But, you know, as a stage, it's good. It's good, but it definitely feels a little more boring, so I'm gonna put it right there with Sonic 2. Black Knight, just fucking, it's like boring, but not in like there's nothing really redeemable about it. Like, it's not bad, but it's just boring, but not like offensively boring, you know? That's really all I have to say about it. Sonic 4 Episode 1, oh, Jesus fucking Christ, man. F tier, man. Yeah, it introduces you to the game. I think it does a pretty good job at introducing the game, actually. It introduces the bad physics, the homing attack, which shouldn't exist, the piss-poor level design. Yeah, it does a pretty good job. Really damn good job, actually. It's a brutal it's brutally honest about itself, so as a first level, it really introduces everything you need to know, S tier, am I right? No, unfortunately, the stage fucking sucks, so I gotta put it D tier. Sonic Colors. Oh, man, Tropical Resort is so beautiful, man. Now, I'm judging things off of level design, obviously, but let me just, Tropical Resort is a stage that gets more and more, like, beautiful every time I look at it. On top of this, though, it does a great job at introducing you to everything the game has to offer. The level design is solid, very, very solid. The wisps are nice, and it was a great idea to introduce the cyan laser wisp here. And it's also got some really good replay value, because more wisps unlock as the game go on, making it so you can replay the stage more and, play things a little differently. I think that's really great. I'm giving Tropical Resort an S tier. Sonic Generations. What is the introductory stage of this? Is it Classic Green Hill, or... No, it's Classic Green Hill. I'm ranking both of them, I don't give a fuck. Classic Green Hill is pretty good. I mean, it really just depends on if you like that version of Classic Sonic. The level design's solid, but, Classic Sonic from Gens is a little odd. But Green Hill Modern is also just a perfect introduction. It's kind of like Colors with, like, a little bit less replay value, because you don't have the wisps, but goddamn, for such a simple stage, really, Green Hill, Modern, and even Classic, is such a fun stage to revisit, man. Fucking beautiful shit, man. Yeah, I will give this an S tier. Now, for episode 2 is, it's not as bad as episode 1. I'll go as far as to say, I don't think it's bad. But I also don't really think it's good. It's fine. It gets a C tier. Lost World, Jesus Christ. Windy Valley is not the worst stage. I actually find it a little fun. But I think the funniest part about it is that pretty much every single Act 1 of, like, a new zone is just fucking Windy Hill again. Like, they're all so boring and they blend in. There's nothing, like, about Windy Hill that speaks to me, It introduces things fine, I suppose, but it's not winning any awards. It's... It's a C tier. Sonic Mania is also an S tier for the exact same reason as Sonic 1. It's Green Hill, it has all the strengths of Green Hill, and the Act 2, which introduces, some varied terrain as compared to the originals, are also pretty fun. I think I may slightly prefer original Green Hill, but it cannot be understated how, amazing Green Hill from Mania is either. It's incredible, really. Sonic Forces. I feel the same way I do about it as I do Sonic 4 Episode 1. Yeah, it is a, it introduces everything perfectly. Homing chains, bad physics, bad level design, it's got it all, but it's, fuck Lost Valley. Now, 1-1, I'm assuming this is the introductory level. I guess we're not talking about Kronos, although... Although I'm glad I'm not, because I might have a bit too much to say. Hopefully this time I won't be torn to shreds for giving criticism to a game that I think deserves it. But I don't know. I'd love to see people try to defend Cyberspace 1-1. I'd really love to see what kind of excuses they have to come up with. I think 1-1 is a pretty deplorable stage. It is a shameless ripoff of Windmill Isle, but it lacks everything that made that stage fun. It doesn't have the high speed. It doesn't have the fun boost physics, the ridiculous amount of homing chain recoil. Christ, what is up with that? All around a pretty deplorable stage, and I think it is, I think I actually hate it more than Sonic 4 Episode 1. It's not me hating, it's not me rage baiting, rage bait. No. I genuinely just hate this stage, and I do think it's worse than Sonic Forces, because Lost Valley actually has something. Lost Valley, it may be shit level design, but at the very least, it's original level design. Sonic Frontiers isn't even worthy of Windmill Isle's level design, dog. 1-1 is fucking horrible. Now, to piss people off even more, I'm gonna give Sonic Superstars an S tier. Yeah, Bridge Island is an immaculate stage. It is like a perfect evolution of Green Hill, actually. This to me feels like Green Hill Zone 2. And that's a good thing. That's actually a good thing. That is a big compliment. It does everything Sonic 1 does, it's not a super hard stage, it feels almost like a playground in a way, but if anything, I think it's a bit more open, actually. There's a lot more to do, there's a lot more environment to interact and engage with, and I think that's actually, like, incredible. Not to mention, this is probably the only stage with, like, really good visuals, and the music is also killer, man, I love it. Both acts of it are really great. Bridge Island is such a stellar stage, and even though it's, when people praise Superstars, that's, like, the only thing you hear from it. despite that, I still feel as though it's underrated. I love Bridge Island so much. It is tied for Green Hill with me, honestly. I really think this is fully toe-to-toe. I like, flip a coin, I can't decide which one's better type shit. And then, to end it off, Shadow Generations. You see, this is where I'm really not sure whether to rank it as a first level or just a level in general. Because let me talk about all the good stuff first. The first 3 minutes of the level, you know, the shit where you're actually in Space Colony art, is actually very good. It's a good introductory of everything. You've got solid level design, fun opportunities for skips and shortcuts, pretty decent visuals too. I really like the song as well. It's probably my favorite rendition of Space Colony Arc, and I don't even really like Shadow Gen's OST that much. The level design is pretty nice. It gets a little open. It gets a little bit more open. It's not anything super crazy, but the worst I can say about it is that it's solid, you know? But then, about 3 minutes in, you get this little cutscene, and what it entails is that the next 2 minutes are fucking boring. Yeah, we gotta talk about the Doom Zones again. The Doom Zone kills any stage it's in, and it just evolves. You get a cool little cutscene, and then you get Sonic Forces for like 2 minutes, and I really do not like that. And this is where I'm kind of not sure where to rank this, because as a first level, I think this fucking blows it away, man. The spectacle and awe of that cutscene, man, it's beautiful, and it really instilled confidence in me. The first time I played it, I was like, oh shit, Sonic Team is back. This is some good shit. It looks good. I mean, that's it. I mean, it looks good. It's a cutscene. It's supposed to. But then you get the issue when you replay the stage a bunch. And I don't know. Sonic 3 had the same issue. However, it is way more egregious in Shadow Generations. SA2 also has this issue, but again, I think it's way more egregious in Shadow Generations. Oh, I'm really fucking because I think this level is C tier, but as a first level, I do think it gets the points that bump it up to B tier, you know? As a level, I would put this C tier, but as a first level, I think I will put it into B tier. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little ranking. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, all that bullshit. If you want to go the extra mile, support me on my Patreon, as that helps me out a ton. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.